I try to appeal to the masses. I let my students read math books if they so choose, whatever, as long
What?
as they're reading.
Okay, all right.
I offer choices. It's all
That's
about
kind of
reading. I don't
cheating.
really care if you've read Grapes of Wrath or not, as long as you read books.
Okay. Can you actually like read a math book? Is that possible?
Well, you could read a book on math.
Ah, okay. It all just clicked.
Metropolis.
I was like yeah, I was gonna make some type of
You could read like that one book by Stephen Hawking. It's pretty high level. Be intelligent, like it'd be worthwhile to read if you can read that. There you go.
sure, sure. Yeah, Metrolopolis. Metropolis.
Metropolis. And
Wow.
actually, Metropolis, if you are a science fiction fantasy type nerd and you're into watching old school cinema, one of the very first dystopian, which would be a negative utopia, so it's the opposite of a happy, bunnies, wonderful, everyone's rich type world, and it's very sad. So, a la like, 12 Monkeys, that type of thing. Metropolis is actually one of the first movies that was a dystopic movie. It's, I think,
Oh,
a silent movie. Yeah, back in the day, it's actually really interesting. So if you're a movie junkie, you should definitely check that out when you're bored sometime. I'm sure it's free online somewhere. It's not exactly, I'm sure the royalties are already expired, so,
oh,
definitely watch it. It was interesting. All about robots and dating robots, I think. But
wow. So I think we're gonna see
anyway,
a dystopia today in this match right here on
possibly. For
Metropolis.
someone, it will be a utopia. For someone, it will be a dystopia. And we are going to see who it is. Oh, we have a little pause
Oh,
in the game here. Sound issues. All right.
the Overmind is not speaking clearly enough for Element.
Oh, wait, that sounds more like a Murloc. But I don't know. What sounds does the Overmind make? It's been too long since I've seen one.
And a what make?
What sounds does an Overmind make? I don't know.
Oh, probably like
In chat, tell us what sounds the
oh,
Overminds make. Or do they just talk?
probably just talk.
I don't know.
I know in StarCraft, the Queen talks. Not enough minerals.
I know, it drives me nuts. I hate that voice. So, anyways, finding over here on the right-hand side of the map, we have the blue Terran player who is M Cloud from Team Future Talent, and he did a nice, solid job there of taking down Impulse's FTaCT in the last PvT.
Yep.
So we're going to see how he fares against the Zerg player, a red Zerg over here, Element from Team Impulse. Currently the series is tied at 1-1, so there's still room for Element to come out and get some wins for his team. So it's really anyone's game at this point in time.
Yeah, and this is a beautiful map for Zerg and for Terran alike. The natural isn't too wide, but just wide enough. In a sense, there's a couple rocks to make it even wider and to go down to another path. Kind of one of those Blizzard maps where they just kind of throw rocks everywhere to fix the map and make it diverse. But it works really well in this case, and it's a lot like Metalopolis. However, instead of having these extreme close-by air, they kind of flipped it around, so you have these extreme close-by grounds. However, you cannot spawn close-by grounds, so there's really no issue in that in any way. So you kind of take that imbalance in the Metalopolis map, and you get Metropolis.
Yep, and looks like Mickey M. Cloud did a nice little move over here. He brought over an SCV to see if there was an Overlord coming. So, Element is just going to go ahead and send that in since it was, he did blow his cover there a little bit.
Yep.
And the other nice thing for this map, too, obviously it's going to favor Terran as far as a drop mechanic because the
Sure.
whole main here is really exposed from that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of drop possibilities with this map, and I have seen a lot of drops, so it was nice. But looks like we do have an early expansion from MCloud again, and then we, only have the one expansion from Element so far. So it looks like fairly standard play from both of them.
Super standard, yeah. Oh,
We do
fast
have this little
expand by.
Overlord. Yeah, have this Overlord hanging out here. Probably, he'll be there to maybe catch some scouts coming, some drops coming by, things like that.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'll use that to scout the gases sometime soon. And mCloud is very aware of that Overlord, even sending this Marine over here to see if he can shoot at it. However, the Overlord is safely out of distance.
Yep, and nice forward bunker here, so, pretty decent there. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to wait. Looks like both these players are sitting into a little bit more of, if not a timing tack or, maybe a macro game. We don't really know yet, so we're going to have to see. My spidey senses aren't tingling about anything yet, but, we just saw really standard play from mCloud, so I'm not really expecting to see anything all-in-ish or cheesy or chintzy from him. I'm just really expecting solid play, so...
So it looks like a factory is going to go down for mCloud, and he's lifting this barracks. Ooh, in a very awkward time for him. Oh, but he does have that bunker full of Marines. So it looks like we're going to see Hellion out of him, and with these very quick gases, he's continuing to mine. I believe we're going to see mech out of mCloud. And from the Zerg, like you, I still have no Spidey sense from him, though we do see a fast third going down. But that's
possibly
a bit normal.
Yeah, it is pretty normal to see the Zergs take another third when there's a fast expansion. They can either play sort of like a two-base roach type timing, or they can do that. Oh, it looks like we're having a double eBay drop from mCloud, so he might just be doing the sort of standard, Hellions on the reactor there just to do some extra pressure and throw element off guard, and then he'll be transferring back into infantry, Yeah.
And I was going to say, if mCloud decided to go heavy Hellions, he could totally shut down this third. And it looks like Element is destroying these rocks. So mCloud actually has a really strong potential to do a lot of damage with these initial Hellions. All 4 gases are going down right now by Element, so he's been very greedy up to this point. His drone count is massive, and he's still growing. It's 42 drones now to 32 SUVs and a couple mules. And there is 4 queens out. He's going to throw down a roach warrant and an Evo chamber.
Well, I'm wondering if he means to be attacking these other rocks over here. He got confused. Because possibly. I don't know, to connect those with creep, he is being very aggressive in the creep tumors here, so he is going to be able to, control that. But I think if I were going to take down some rocks, I think I'd rather take down the rocks over here on the left.
Oh, cancel!
Did not get the cancel on either tumor, so a little bit of wasted energy. However, he has a bazillion more, so he's not going to be too bad off there. But
the Hellions also took a lot of damage there, so they're not going to really be able to get in and do the damage that he expected. But still very good for scouting. He's starting up his tanks and 1-1 going on. So it looks like we're going to see a standard Marine tank opening from mCloud. Most likely kind of push her out around 3 or 4 tanks. That's usually quite common for many Terrans. And he's even throwing down a third inside of his natural.
Alright, so those last 2 Hellions are very, very damaged there, and it looks like those are the only couple Hellions that we're going to be seeing. And we are going to be seeing a transition probably into like some sort of, tank, infantry, tank marine, it looks like. And we've got an armory going up so that he can get 2-2 almost as soon as 1-1 finishes. So really nice here. He's just being very proactive on those upgrades. I really like that play a lot by mCloud, whereas we don't see upgrades yet. I guess we have the melee attacks is going, but just now, actually I don't think we have armor going at all. Glial reconstitution.
Yeah, so that is
Glial?
speed roaches. Speed roach. Yep.
Glial. I'm not sure how to say that actually.
Glial.
I don't know that I've ever pronounced that before.
Come on, English teacher, you got it right.
Glial
reconstitution.
Ooh, and those last 2 Hellions getting caught by some stealing.
Nice micro.
And that little Overlord was morphed into an Overseer, and he's going to go in and see what he can see, and he's going to see everything. He's going to see the large number of Marines, the tanks. He didn't see the 2 eBays and the armory, but, with Tank Marine, it's not going to be too unexpected to be seeing those upgrades, so...
Yeah, he also obviously didn't see that group of Marines as he flew right into his death.
I know. Well, Overseers just always get sacked. I would not want to be an overseer, really. It just seems like they get sacked all the time. It's really fairly comical.
It's like a new overseer is getting morphed, or a new overlord is getting morphed into an overseer, and the veteran. So he's like, "Yes, an overseer." The veteran's like, "No, man, you're about to die." It's like, oh, crap.
Yes, your speed will be short-lived, and looks like we have a decent force moving out here across the map for Element. So he's got quite a
Yeah.
few speedlings with +1, as well as some roaches tailing behind.
Yeah, and another thing to note before a big battle starts here, there is a Viking at the bottom right of the map picking off overlords. It looks like he's going to get about 2 before another 2 run off to safety, but a big push at the third of M Cloud. And this isn't actually a lot of units from the Zerg player. A bunch of lings, which are easy to kind of sacrifice, and a few roaches to keep Terran at bay.
And it looks like he's trying to run all the way into the main with some of those lings. And then another group is over here in the mineral line. So while he is going to lose all of these units, I think he actually is getting a significant number of workers here. So yeah, he did a lot of damage as far as the workers go. You know, so basically it is currently... So as far as workers, we've got 67 harvesters to 35, and North is dropping for elements. So that is quite devastating there, economy-wise.
Yeah, that was huge by Element. Element actually has speed overlords and drops researched, which is... Oh, and he's actually filling up his overlords right now with roaches. So he's going to probably try to drop on these tanks while fungling these marines. Oh, he's got... huge fungals going down.
Oh, beautiful fungals there, just as they stim as well.
Oh.
So actually, that stim just killed a lot of M Cloud's own units there. Because he stimmed after the fungals went off, so they were down so low from the stim that the fungal actually killed them in one fungal. And little does he know that this... Okay, well, maybe he does know that this drop is coming. He's like, where are all these overlords going? It's a little suspicious there. Not a lot to defend, so he needs to get some units over here, otherwise he's going to lose his lair. Oh, looks like the drop is coming back.
Looks like Element had some type of misclick there. He did mean to drop all his roaches to defend here, and he's getting a little flustered, probably because there was he killed the push that was up front, but he still got 44 drones. Oh, actually, he killed a bunch of drones, all the drones at the main, and killing even more drones right now. Element needs to pull away, buddy. What are you doing?
Yeah, and he did have like a little... Some of the guys were still in some of the roaches were still in an overlord, so they actually went into the main and promptly died.
Ouch.
I wish there were just some... We need to get some like infested Terrans or something, because MCloud actually just left all of his medevacs just hanging out. So there are just some medevacs over here on the map. You know, and killing those off just with some infested Terrans would be really quite nice.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like he just figured it out, so he's recalling them over there. But
oh, this is a lot of roaches, and there's only 2 tanks on the field. They're pretty well placed, but still extremely exposed for Zergling surrounds. So I'd love to see him attack right now. If he attacks right now, I think he could destroy M-Cloud.
I think he's waiting for the last couple infestors here. Ooh, he's going to go for the drop now. You know, no turrets in the base. There's a little counter drop here, but there's not a lot of units in the base, so this could be extremely effective.
Yeah, and it looks like M-Cloud does have a drop going to the Zerg's main, but there's so many units in here, and there's no tanks whatsoever close by. There is a group of Marines. They're going to stim with a couple medevacs, and they're actually going to take out a lot of them as these...
Yeah, they're taking out a lot of these production buildings. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. However, I think that they are going to get denied, so he's going to need to pull back those overlords, unfortunately. But, you know, he took out the starport. He's going to probably get 2 of these Raxes.
Yeah, he's actually attacking from up front as well, and Element has done a great job with the harassment here, but he's completely neglected this drop at his main. He's actually going to almost lose an infestor. He's actually might lose an infestor here.
Oh no, just barely not. And there's another one over at his fourth as well. Actually,
Oh,
I think it took out the fourth, and now it's working
yep.
on his third over here. So lots of action. And then we still have some Lings up here harassing mCloud's third as well. So just lots of back and forth from both these guys. So when it's all said and done here, we've got basically even numbers of harvesters. We've got 34 to 33. So
Yeah.
almost a little bit of a reset here. But the upgrades, we've got 3-3 finishing for mCloud and +2
Yeah.
vehicle weapons. As far as upgrades for Element, he's way behind. He's only at 1-1, and we don't have any currently in production. So
Yeah. Once
that's going to be a
these,
big deal.
yeah, once this 3-3 finishes, uh, I see mCloud just rolling over Element right now. He's got to, as long as he splits his Marines and doesn't get chain fungled, he should be just fine. But he's got 3 tanks, and he needs a siege now. Oh, huge
Oh,
fungals
except
there. That's
those. Oh.
exactly what Element needed. One more fungal in there. Oh, oh,
Yeah, so
Pyronia.
definitely no spread there. I'm a little bit worried, but losing a couple of those infestors. They're still equal on resources. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried for Element here, I think.
Yeah.
Those 3-3 Marines are just deadly. I think 3-3 Marines are just some of the best scaling units in the game. You
Yes.
can use them at the very beginning, and they are valid end game units. They're just crazy, and they are ready to go in here and stim their little hearts out and do a lot of damage.
Oh, nice
What?
move by mCloud. He's going to send a little troop of Marines up here to try to pick off a few infestors. Doesn't get any, but he does lead a few roaches into tank fire,
Yep,
and
and
he's
some
going to send a.
elevators up here.
Oh, very nice play by Element or by mCloud right now, and Element looks like he's falling a little bit apart. He just doesn't have enough units right now. He just neglected the
Yeah.
drops too much, and it looks like it's going to be the end of him.
Well,
mCloud is
one
slow.
issue here, though, if there's too many stims forced, there's not a lot of medevac energy. Okay,
Yeah.
and good game. So, I think there were some points in there where Element could have had the game.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
After he did so much damage, I think rather than pushing, maybe if he would have just, sort of macroed up a little bit more and had some defense, and I did comment at the beginning of the game on how great that map is for Terran drops, and that's really, he was aware of it because he was going to drop as well. He just didn't do enough there to protect himself, so I don't know. And I
Yeah.
am going to run and get some water really quick, so I will be right back.
All
So keep
right.
them entertained there, Quaffle.
All right. I can talk about a variety of subjects. I could talk about my speeding ticket this morning, but that's kind of a sad story. Yes, it's my second one in the past 3 months, so don't speed, people. I urge you. If you're young and haven't gotten a speeding ticket yet, trust me, it it may happen. And when it does, you're gonna shoot yourself in the face. For the older people who already understand this and haven't had it happen to them yet, I'm so jealous of you guys. For the people who've already been through it, you know my pain. For those of you who haven't eaten Twizzlers yet in your life, I'm actually feeling really sorry for you because Twizzlers are amazing. And you know who else are amazing? IV Graphics, who is making a lot of this happen right now. They've helped us design our webpage at impulseesports.com. If you guys are thinking about setting up your own kind of like gaming website or clan website for any type of sport, check out IV Graphics. They can help you out, kind of dopify your website. And that's what my little mini speech all has to do. Oh, a special shout out to Washington, the state of Washington, and amazing Red Hook beer, especially the ESB beer, just kind of like your standard good beer. And it was really good. I was out there this weekend. My brother just got married, got totally hammered Friday night, threw up a lot Saturday morning. Had no idea what happened Friday night. Past I won a game of shuffleboard, about 13-11, and then I know we got back in the car on our way home. So I do remember most of that night at least. But once we got into the car, everything else becomes a blur. So, funny story about that is I'm not a fan of chocolate, but I guess they tried to feed me a chocolate donut. I ate half of it, and I took it out of my mouth, said, I don't like chocolate, and I threw it on the ground.
You
And
threw what on the ground?
a chocolate donut.
What?
Yeah, I don't like
That is a
chocolate,
waste of.
Tyronia.
Oh,
It's
that's
okay.
unfortunate.
It's okay because I threw it up the next morning. So yeah. That's how much I didn't like chocolate donuts. But threw up some more stuff after that too. Whatever I drank the night before, I threw up. It's great.
Oh, well, sounds like it was a good night, eh?
Oh, very much. I mean, it was the night before my brother's wedding, so it had to be good.
And I would love to see if we have a update as far as what's happening with the other team. Oh, it sounds like it's 2-0 right now for Area 51. So if you guys aren't watching that stream, Area 51, really, really strong team. Some great play from those guys. I think maybe they're the favored to win the ISTL in general, but, the verdict is still out on that, obviously. And looks like we are getting into our next game here.
Yeah, so this make it 2-1 in Future Talent's favor against Impulse. And it looks like Beast is going to throw himself out there in a